Wisteria, energy, twister. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and the Encyclopedia of Faeries. So we're now going over to sea. The first sea is a Cabyll Ushtey. This is a type of water horse found on the Isle of Man. It's similar to the Scottish age usage. Described as pale grey, the Cabyll Ushtey was known to take cows and children, and sometimes to intentionally panic horses causing stampedes, but was considered more benign than its Scottish counterpart. One account told of the Cabyll Ushtey which took 2 calves from a farmer, tearing them to pieces and eating them so that the farmer moved his herd away from the river, after which the fairy horse took the family's only daughter, before disappearing never to be seen again. And that was by Briggs in 1976. The Cabyll is a member or grouping of water fairies known as Wath. The Cabyll roughly translates to like weeper or moaning and such, and it's equivalent to the Irish Sidhe. Although the fairy isn't often seen, it's only heard, and there's several variations of its name, but each one kind of comes up with the little weeper. Although they're rarely seen, there's not many physical descriptions, but the few that there is, she looks like a child or a small woman, and she wears a green dress and a white cap or maybe even a green shawl. There's no descriptions of her hair colour or sort of physical traits though. Like the BNCE, the Cabyll is attached to a specific family and will cry for deaths within the family. Families said to have the Cabyll include the MacDonalds, Macmillans, Mathesons, Kellys, Shaws, Currys, McKays, and McFarlanes, apparently in the past. It's unclear whether, like the similar being Nihi, she will also be heard by those not related to a family she's connected to. Interestingly, unlike other related spirits, folklore of the Cabyll indicates that if they can be safely given clothing, they can be free from their service to the family. As we do see with fairies like Brownie, or perhaps like the Pixie, she's simply driven off by nothing but a gift. Now, there is, it's from a writing, and it's regarding a massacre that took place. But I'll read the story and then I'll explain afterwards where it comes from. Little Keanosha of sorrow is pouring the tears of her eyes, weeping and wailing the fate of Clan Doneld. Alas, my grief, that ye did not heed her cries. There is gloom and grief in the mount of mist. There is weeping and calling in the mount of mist. There is death and danger. There is maul and murder. There is blood spilling in the mount of mist by Carmichael in 1900s. It's the Mount Glencoe this Glencoe massacre, and it occurred during the 1689 to 92. It's a Jacobite rebellion and was aimed against the Macleans, a sept of the MacDonalds. But there's a more detailed thing about it in the BBC, where you can look at the massacre of Glencoe and sort of read more into that story if you wish to. Of course, you don't have to. It's there though, in case you do want to. The cat Sidhe. In Irish and Scottish folklore, there exist stories about cat Sidhe, yes, fairy cats. Also called Caseith in Scottish Gaelic. Cat Sidhe are believed to be large, otherworldly black cats with a single white spot on their chest. Campbell describes them having large, sort of large as dogs, and arched backs and erect bristles. The descriptions bear some resemblance to Keller's cats, the wild cats of Scotland, which had led some to theorise that sightings of them may have been the origin of the cat Sidhe stories. These cats are generally seen as malevolent, and some people believe they are actually shape-changing witches. In particular, the witch was believed to be able to transform into a cat 9 times, but legend says on the 9th time the witch would have to remain a cat forever. Jane Manning has a lovely children's book called Cat Nights, based on this legend, about a young witch who has adventures each night as a cat for 8 nights, and then has decided if she wants to stay as a person or to transform as a cat for one last time. It's also said by some within the McGilvray family that the clan motto, "Touch not this cat," is based on the family having a cat Sidhe among its ancestors, reflecting the idea that the cat Sidhe could transform into human-like shapes. Others believe that these cats are dangerous fairies that should be avoided. In Scotland, it's believed that the cat Sidhe can steal the souls of the newly dead, and so certain protections must be undertaken while the body was watched until burial. Most of these protections depend on doing things to distract the cat's Sidhe and keep it away from the body, such as sprinkling catnip about the other rooms, or playing games that would draw to the cat's Sidhe's attention. Certain special days have been associated with the cat Sidhe. One source mentions August the 17th in connection to the cat Sidhe as transformed witches, and says that it was on this night that a witch might make the ninth transformation into permanent cat form. Another cites the folk belief that on Samhain a saucer of milk should be left out as an offering to the cat Sidhe to gain their blessing, while failing to do so could earn a curse on the household. It's very interesting that's told because on Samhain that's something that I still do to this day. It's something that my grandma's always done for the cats. That's all I know. She never said anything about why, or it was just a tradition I remember growing up with, and something that I still do to this day. And Samhain, by the way, Samhain, it's pronounced Samhain. Spelt Samhain, pronounced Samhain. But for Samhain, is Halloween, and I've done that. I've done that a very long time, and I've never heard that part of it before, so it's interesting to me also. Thank you for listening to this part of the fairies. I do hope you enjoy listening to them all. Do hit the like, share if you can, and remember to subscribe. Many blessings.
Wisteria, energy, twister.